News First, Newsline.
Hello there, very good evening and welcome to not just another episode of Newsline but one of the last episodes of Newsline. We'll get into that later on in the show, or at least at the end of the program. But joining us today on this episode is former parliamentarian from the Samagi Jana Balawegaya, Mujibur Rahman. Thank you very much, sir, for taking time off your busy schedule and joining us. First things first, the online safety bill has been challenged in the Supreme Court. The matter was taken up for hearing first day today. 45 petitions have been filed against this bill. The Samagi Jana Balawegaya has also filed a petition. How do you hope to proceed on this?
Yeah, what you said is right, Shalon. The thing is now actually this government is trying to control the social media, and previously they're trying to bring broadcasting authority, some kind of bill to the control all these electronic media and all. So now they know, even the president and this Podujana Peramuna government, that mainly our social media is, is a kind of, people are getting a lot of information about the corruptions and a lot of the all these government's mistakes and all. So anyhow, these people are trying to control that one. Now one side, president is always talking, he was to develop the economic first and bring back countries for the normal this thing. But from other hand, they are trying to bring online the bill and that broadcasting bill and the authority bill and the anti-terrorist bill. So those kind of bills also they are trying to bring. Why is that? That's the thing. Now from other side, president is asking our support and asking opposition parties to come and support for his economic reforms and all. Will come get together and work to bring the country to the normal for the normal this thing. So but at the same time, so he's trying to bring some kind of anti-democratic even for the not respect for the right of information of the people, and even there are a lot of things against the constitutions and all. So I think all these opposition parties, even we clearly said SJB, so we are opposing that bill, and we have gone to the Supreme Court against that bill.
But however, the chairman of the United National Party said that we need laws like the laws in Singapore if Sri Lanka is to develop and into being a country like Singapore.
But I think ideology wise there is no United National Party now. Right?
You know best.
Yeah, I know the best, because when we were in the United National Party, we didn't talk about these things. We always talk about the freedom of the speech, freedom of the media, right to information. Right, so those kind of things only we spoke and we approved. Right, even the 2001, I think Ranil Wickremesinghe
2000
removed. He was in the Prime Minister in 2001 government, so he removed that that bill,
the criminalized defamation.
Yeah, criminalized defamation bill. Right, so not that Ranil Wickremesinghe is now. Right, then now Ranil Wickremesinghe has gone with the Pohottuwa. Now he is in Rajapaksa's theory. Right, that's why I am telling you, now no more UMP ideology now. What D.S. Senanayake spoke, what Dudley Senanayake has spoken, what spoken, what this R. Premadas spoken. So no more. Now these people are all these United National Party chairman, secretary, everybody is following now Rajapaksa's theory. Right, that is the barbaric theory, anti-democratic theory. So now Wajira Abeyewardene and other all these members of the United National Party, so they have to speak to on behalf of the Pohottuwa government. So what to do? They can't do anything. If they want to survive with them, so they have to go behind with them.
But now elections are postponed. Elections have been postponed indefinitely. That's the local government election. Then there are, well, rumors at least spreading around that there are plans afoot to abolish the executive presidency, to somehow bring in interim provisions for the current president or the current parliament to survive a little bit longer. Now, we can't really rule out those rumors because the same thing happened somewhere in 1978, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when the term of parliament was extended via a referendum, which caused, of course, huge issues in the country, huge uprisings in the country, and at the end of the day, the UNP, the next election right after that, I think they were reduced to almost nothing in parliament. So do you think this is a repetition of history once again?
No, thing is now, now the mainly what you said is right. They call the independent commission called the local government election. So I resigned from the parliament to contest for the Colombo mayoral. Right. So unfortunately, even I voted for that independent commission in 21st amendment, which Ranil Wickremesinghe brought to the parliament. I also voted for that. But we all saw that is the independent commission. But finally, Ranil Wickremesinghe shows us it's not an independent commission. He can stop any of their work. So finally, what he did, he didn't give the money to have the election. Now election. We went to the Supreme Court. Now Supreme Court is hearing the case. Right now, it has the case is they have postponed to November. Right now, almost 6-7 months, I think, are postponing every month. And other thing, so that is not an independent commission no more. Now I am also victim of that. Right. So other thing now is because they postponed the election, they know president and the Pohottuwa government, they know if the election hold it, definitely they are going to defeat the election. Right. So because of that, they say no money, so they postpone the election. Now what you said is now they are trying to abolish the executive president system and change the parliamentary election system also. Today I think they have gazetted, appoint a committee under Vijayadasa Rajapaksa to change election system, parliamentary election system. So normally I think if they want to abolish the presidential election system, but I think because of Ranil Wickremesinghe thing, he can't win the election. So because of that, he want to abolish the presidential election system and come to the parliament. Right? If he can't, even when he was a prime minister in the Yahapalana government, so which he amended the constitution and he got more powers. Right? We reduced all executive presidential powers and we got all the powers to the prime minister. Right? Now he became the president, he enjoy all these powers and he know next presidential election he can't win it. So now he is trying to abolish the president. So I think we can't accept it because these rulers, right, these leaders, if they can't win the election, they are not holding the election. Right? If they can't win the president's election, they don't want to have the president system. So I think we must have a serious discussion about that because this government is planning, anyhow they want to try to stay in the power. So because
without
of that,
elections,
without the election, and even they are trying to reduce the democracy of this country, to bringing online bill, broadcasting authority bill and anti-terrorism bill, so they are things are against our constitution, against the freedom of the people. So from other side they are trying to show to the people, so we are going for reforms. Right? So actually they are in their mind that is not right. They are in different, because they want reforms now for the different purpose. Right? Because of they can't win the election, so they don't want to abolish. They want to abolish the president system. So I think all these political is in the opposition. So we must have a long discussion about this and serious discussion, and final will take the decision.
So, at least regarding the abolition of the executive presidency now, whether or not, usually at least in the history of Sri Lanka, positive reforms are usually bought with good intention.
Yes.
It's usually for an ulterior motive.
Yes.
That good reforms are bought, and I think case on point, if of course take your word fully for it, is the fact that the powers of the executive president were reduced significantly under the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, and was concentrated around the Prime Minister. But you yourself now admitted to the fact that this was done because Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe at the time really wanted to exercise all of these powers. So when we speak about these reforms, of course, since they are not coming at least with the best of intentions in a politician's heart for the betterment of the people, at least during a crisis situation where they think, well, there's no point in having an executive presidency if I am not going to be able to exercise the powers of the executive presidency, so we need to abolish it. This SJB, the UNP, and almost all political parties in Sri Lanka have always promised to abolish the executive presidency. Do you not think that we should take this opportunity with both hands?
Exactly. Our party policy is SJB's. We are accepting abolish the executive presidency system. That's a no argument. So we agreed for that, right? Even this elections reforms also we were talking about, past days. We all agreed for that. But thing is, now at the moment, this present government changing the election system, and now all we are requesting from them, first you all must have local government election. Then we'll talk about the other things. So without having the elections, no, we don't need any reforms for the other election system, right? So that means they are trying to play a game with us, right? They are not holding the local government election because of they are losing the elections, and they are trying to bring some reforms to the parliamentary election and executive system, right? What they can benefit, they think. So right, so we for those, so they that's why I'm telling you, actually the president at this port to the present government, actually they are not doing anything genuinely, right? Anything on behalf of the country. Still they are working on their political agenda, right? Still they are working on their survival. So for because of those reasons, think about it twice.
So are you saying that the SJB would definitely not support the abolishment of the executive?
No, still we didn't have any discussion about these matters, So
because there are still rumors, of course, nothing
rumors,
solid has been brought forward.
We'll see if they bringing the proposal to abolish the president system and changing parliamentary election system. So we'll see. We can talk those things, and on that situation. So as a political party, we will take the decision.
But you said that the Samagijana Balavege wants the local government elections to be held before anything else. Are you hopeful that the government will hear your pleas and
that's the thing. That's the thing. If government, that's why I'm telling you, these people are not genuine, right? They are not. Their intention is they want to survive, right? They want to keep their leadership and government. Right, not because of the country. They don't want to sacrifice anything. Right, they postpone the local government election because of they are losing. Right, that is not no one can accept that one. But they took the decision not to give the money for the election.
But the government still maintains that they don't have money.
No, now they are having money. No, then now they can, even now the present election commission already they have informed to the government, so they need money for the local government election. They have sent a request, but they have sent a request for the government, but the government has still not replied. So that means they are, that's why I'm telling you, they playing games, they are telling something to us, and Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe giving some points to oppositions, and we were, so he won, we are to talk about those things, and he's doing different thing. Right, what you said now 1 year back, before 1 year back, 2023 before the independent I will sort it out the national issue, right? Then he talk about the 13th amendment. He said until the 13th amendment I won't implement the land police powers and all. So then in the country there was a big howl, right? There are a lot of people talk about against the 13th amendment. There are some people talk about supporting 13th amendment, and there's a crossfiring, right? But finally he didn't know anything. Right? So he's time to time, he's giving something to us to talk. So we are going behind that, and he is doing different thing. So we'll wait and see.
So that he is doing, in your perspective,
what?
By giving the general public
but he's taking time, I think. So my view is he's taking time. I because we also work with Ranil Wickremesinghe, so we know about finally what he's doing. So we'll wait and see. I don't think anything he won't do it. He has to go for finally he will have the presidential election. When the January February comes, he will work it out whether he can win the election. If he think he can't win the election, he will wait until his term finish, and he will go.
He will go as in abolish executive presidency?
No, he will retire from the. Yeah, he has to go retire from the presidency. Right,
and then hold the presidential election.
Oh yeah, if he can't win the election,
he won't contest.
He won't contest. Right, that is my opinion.
So let's talk a little bit about the economic crisis in the country. Now the IMF plays an integral part in the revival of Sri Lanka's economy, the economy that was doing all right but was brought down due to inept decisions on the part of the government. The IMF stepped in, they conducted a governance diagnostic. We had several civil society here in Sri Lanka, the Transparency International, Centre for Policy Alternatives, and a number of other civil organizations, including PAFRL, also conducting a governance diagnostic here in Sri Lanka and pointing out to the government exactly where they went wrong and what they need to do. Specifically speaking about the IMF recommendations for the Sri Lankan government, we have not quite met all of the targets that were set by the IMF before the release of the second tranche, which is one of the reasons why the second tranche is being delayed. Why do you think the government is not reaching
yeah, that's
these
the thing. Now, actually, our Sri Lanka is the member of the IMF, right? So we have been gone to the IMF nearly 16 or 17 times, right? So it's not a new thing going to IMF, right? Now IMF for the second the payment, they had a discussion with government, and they say the government has not implemented the things what are they recommended to do that one. So nearly I think 40% is not implemented, right? And the same time now they have issued the report about the present government. That is the important thing, right? So the thing is, I really worried about this IMF has given some recommendation about the Sri Lankan government, how they governance, right? About their governance. They say totally this is the corrupted governments. They were talking about the tender system is very corrupted, right? Even they say that the governance power is having still the small family is running the country, right? So there are a lot of they were telling no transparency, right? So even they are accepting what the Human Rights Commission has told about our economic crisis. It's not a the crisis. It's a crisis actually created by the leaders, the politicians, right? That is also
economic crimes. They say
they say economic crimes. So that is also approved by IMF. They are accepting that one. So totally if someone read that report, I don't think any investor will come to Sri Lanka. Right? So I mean the IMF is not happy with the governance. Right? So they say totally it's a corrupted regime. Right? That is the problem. Right? The president is going around the world and everywhere and every month, now every week president is out of the country. Right? Even in we are in the economically very bad situation, and they are talking about the still some the import restrictions are there, right? But even the ministers and some MPs of the government side always they are in abroad, right? So they are say one time no dollars and all, but they are enjoying maximum, right? So thing is, my point is now problem is if somebody read the IMF report internationally, I don't think any investor will come to Sri Lanka, right? Other thing is the IMF money, only IMF money is not enough for go forward to us. Is for the only for the temporary solution, right? It's the IMF is the temporary solution for us, but from the IMF is I think totally they are going to give us I think 3 billion. It's close to 3 billion, right? So $3 billion, right?
Yeah.
So because of that, so we need some sort of concrete program and some kind of the active new administration, right? But only thing is now still in our government is corrupted government. So these are the people created the situation. So still they are in power, right? We need a confidence. You think this government has a confidence? They don't have confidence. Nobody will have confidence on this government. Even the local investors, they are also not investing, right? Even there are a lot of local investors now. They are going to Bangladesh, they are going to Vietnam, they are going to Nepal, different countries. So who is going to come from the international community over here? No one. That's why we are telling to president, now he can dissolve the parliament. He is having a power, right? So dissolve the parliament and give the people to select the new government and new administration. Then we can have the some kind of confidence on Sri Lankan government.
But Mr. Rahman, now you are asking the president or pushing towards holding elections, and of course you will be going towards the people and asking the people to vote for the SJB. But now let's take a look at what has happened in the past in Sri Lanka. There have been governments that come and go, and usually it's been the SLFP, the UNP, the SLFP, the UNP. Then the parties broke away slightly. Then it was the SLPP and the UNP. Then the UNP broke away. Now it's the SJB, UNP, SLFP, SLPP factions that have mixed up amongst themselves. There are those who believe that all of these politicians from all of these major political parties that have governed Sri Lanka are to blame for this. And then, now you spoke about confidence. What do you have to say to the people who would say we don't have confidence in any one of them, because at some point in our lives, more than once, they've been in power and they've messed up?